second, this is a recommendation. This is what I wrote and offer to the group. Open letter to our neighbors. This letter has three intentions: to keep what is written here simple, to inform you of what Occupy Northampton is in your town and internationally, and to invite or to welcome you to what Occupy Northampton believes in advance already belongs to you. This land is your land, this land is my land, and together we deserve what we have a right to: a more fair and equitable distribution of the resources on this planet. One of our slogans and chants is people's needs, not corporate or government greed. We know in many ways, to many of us, what the greed portion looks like. We understand it intellectually, we experience it daily. We may simply understand it viscerally, in our cores or in our gut, as we say. Corporations and governments simply have, take, and control too much. Too much money, too many resources, too much power to decide on everything in the hands of too few. This manifests locally, statewide, nationally, and internationally. The people with too much of the money, resources, and power to decide, we in Occupy Northampton call the 1%. That is the government and corporate greed side of our equation. The 99% is the rest of us. Another of our chants or slogans: we are the 99%, and so are you. The people's needs side of our equation manifests firstly on very basic levels. Of course, this includes our most immediate rights as human beings: rights to housing, education, healthcare, and employment, training, and opportunities. It includes our access to clean water and air. It includes a dismantling and/or necessary reconstruction of the prison industrial complex, the military industrial complex, and the corporate and governmental industrial complexes, both as separate entities and where they intersect and cooperate, for example, in war, racism, and sexism. Our basic rights include our needs for clean, edible food. To do any of this and all of this, we have a responsibility and a calling by our actions to respect the right of the planet itself to continue to live and to host us as part of everything that exists. We are simply and only a part of everything that is. We belong to the earth and to one another, and we have a responsibility and a right to participate in the many decision-making processes daily made by the 1% to the exclusion of the 99%. In a word, us. There are many different details, goals, personalities, and characters to the "we are the 99% movement. We are certain that it manifests differently at the University of Massachusetts than it does in Northampton. Different in Northampton than in Boston, and different there than on Wall Street. This is not simply about differences in numbers, and it is not about more than 1,400 involved global cities taking orders from Occupy Wall Street. Every place is unique. There is no other Northampton, powerful, beautiful, and in need in its own particular ways. Each place has its own character and personality, and this is part of our understanding of why the one-suit-fits-all handed to us by corporations and cooperating governments ends up by fitting no one of us within the 99%. Together, each of us, every person and the planet, suffers from exclusion from a place at the table of resources and decisions. Therefore, we meet daily in a General Assembly as Occupy Northampton, perhaps for the first time, to listen vulnerably and to speak to one another. With the cooperation and support of the police, Some folks from our group have been sleeping in Pulaski Park and respectfully talking with many neighbors and freely sharing food. Literature and information are available here. The organization of the whole and of details is not perfect, yet it is respectful and on its way. Every day from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we demonstrate on Main Street in front of Bank of America. From 5 to 6 p.m., an hour of silent or quiet meditation. From 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., gentle and inspirational singing of peaceful songs. And from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., we take out the drums and we open our voices wide to be heard. The We Are the 99% movement is not a mouse. It is a steady train with a gigantic heart of an engine. It has room for each and every one of us. And it is a green train riding on tracks that promise not to destroy our host, the earth. We are cognizant of our neighbors, interested and excited to hear from you and to have you join the 99% to which you already belong. Indeed, Occupy Northampton is very willing to compromise and to welcome ideas and directions from you, our neighbors. Neighboring offices and businesses recently requested that we please give a little more quiet to their work day, asking whether we had to beat drums and chant for 3 full hours daily from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. With a representative from those workplaces present and speaking at our daily General Assembly, Occupy Northampton agreed to have the first hour as quiet meditation, the second as singing of peaceful, gentle songs, and only in the third hour of the 3 to more fully use the drums and to chant. The representative from those offices and businesses told us that the outcome was wonderful and said also that he felt 100% invited and that we could expect to see him with us for the hour of meditation. Might we hope to see you there with your hope, your questions, your fears, or your ideas? You can check our website. You can email us. For those who prefer, you can write to our post office box. Or if it suits you, if it is a new suit that you would like to wear in a new day, you are very invited to enjoy joining the 99% to which we all belong, either in Pulaski Park or in front of Bank of America from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We know that each person reading this has rights which are not being met or heard. And we know that Occupy Northampton has a simple and clear ethical responsibility and calling from our own core to invite and to welcome you. Each of us feels stretched, enhanced, or blessed by being involved in We Are the 99%. And it is safe, accurate, and joyful to report that we are having a lot of fun being involved in Occupy Northampton. Yes. Woo! Many people's eyes are opening, and hope and love are in the air. Signed, Samana, for your neighbors in Occupy Northampton, with the P.S. This letter was written by an individual. It is not about us being anonymous, yet it is also not about any one or group of us being the leader. One hat fits for one person, another does best in those shoes, this other needs a cane or a blanket, each according to his or her abilities, each in regard to his or her needs. Let's meet and see what we see. Not together we can, together we must.
Yeah. Well done. That was really well written.
That's amazing.
I really like that.